4769. Well, that's usually my reaction when I see this car because it's natural to blurt out an OTP when you see the Dzire. Jokes aside, okay, that wasn't even a joke. The Dzire is not just Maruti's top selling car, but the top selling car in India, selling more than 20,000 units every month. That's insane. And today I'm going to tell you 4 pros and 4 cons of the 4th generation Maruti Dzire. This being the top end manual is priced at rupees 11.63 lakhs on road Mumbai, just rupees 53,000 more than the Swift in the same variant. No wonder the Swift sales are on a decline. Anyways, let's start with the pros, and the first pro are the features. This car has stuff you would never expect in a sub 4 meter sedan, like a sunroof and a 360-degree parking camera.
क्या बात कर रहे हैं?
Yes, these are segment first and segment unique features. Other noteworthy features include automatic headlights, wireless phone charger, 9-inch infotainment system, wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, tire pressure monitoring system, rear parking sensors, keyless entry on both the front doors, rear AC vents, 6 airbags in all variants, damped handles, lights on either side for rear seat occupants, and a comprehensive multi-information display in the instrument cluster, which has to be toggled through this cheap lever. But why when there are so many dummy buttons below the rightmost AC vents and on the steering too? The second pro is the packaging. This is by far the best looking Dzire of all the 4 generations. Not sharing the front end design with the Swift works here, because the 4th generation Swift is the worst looking of the 4 generations of the Swift. And in spite of being sub 4 meter, the Desire's front and rear doesn't seem to have been designed by different people. Yippee! The good packaging means that the Dzire has good amount of legroom and footroom at the rear, but under thigh support is average. The seat is too upright for comfort and headroom is poor for someone as tall as me. Important because more people with different heights end up sitting at the rear because this car is a taxi. But in spite of the good cabin packaging, the boot is the smallest in the segment. Thankfully, both front and rear doors can take 1 liter bottles, and there are 2 cup holders at the front and 2 at the rear in the center armrest. The third pro is the fuel efficiency. The Dzire absolutely nails the kitna deti hai question with an ARI claim of 25 kilometers per liter, which is absolutely insane. But expect around 15 kilometers per liter in the city, stretching to almost 20 kilometers per liter out on the highway. But remember, not when you're driving like how I am right now. The fourth pro is the safety. Yes, a Maruti which has got 5-star rating from both global as well as Bharat NCAP sounds too good to be true. But Maruti has worked on the sheet metal and also given 6 airbags and ESP as standard on all the variants. But 5-star is for adult occupant protection and child occupant protection is only rated at 4-star. There's actually a bonus 5th pro, which is the way this car drives. The ride quality of this car is actually very good. It absorbs almost every bump in its stride effortlessly, and that's thanks to the 15-inch wheels, which actually have a high sidewall. In fact, the handling is also quite engaging. Yes, there is body roll here expectedly, but the steering, it weighs up well at higher speeds and it also centers. But the Dzire has its fair share of issues, and the first con is the cost cutting. There is plenty of it. There is no front center armrest, there is no rear center headrest. The sunroof blind is flimsy. Heck, the whole roof liner is flimsy and feels cheap. There is no auto dimming IRVM, there is no vanity mirror for the driver's side sun visor, the front seat belts aren't height adjustable, lights are not all LEDs and still use halogen bulbs in the rear for the indicator and reverse lights. The rear drums are rusting, the screen has big bezels for no reason and is quite slow in operation with a confusing menu. There are no magazine holders behind the driver's seat, the switchgear is the same cheap one as it was 20 years ago, there are more USB-A's than USB-C's, the spare wheel is smaller sized with a steel rim and the boot has exposed wires and cables. It should have had all this properly concealed, but now it just looks cheap and feels cheap. I honestly feel Maruti should have offered ventilated seats and ambient lighting too. If they can offer a sunroof, they can definitely offer all those features in a higher variant. And while we are at it, it could do with a better audio system. The second con is the image, or rather the lack of it. The Dzire is available in 9 variants, but there is one variant you don't see in those 9 variants, which is the top selling variant of the Dzire, the Dzire Tour SCNG. Yes, majority desires are taxis. And who wants to own a car which has an image of a taxi? Not me, for sure. The third con is the lackluster engine. Maruti said bye to diesels 5 years back, and with this Dzire, they say bye to the fantastic K12 4-cylinder engine in lieu of the Z12E 3-cylinder engine, which not only is a cylinder less but has lesser output, a full 8 horsepower less, and it shows. The CNG has just 70 horsepower and 102 Newton meters of torque, which is lackluster for sure. Not only is the new Dzire slower, but is also less refined because there are a lot of vibrations which you can feel on the light doors. The Dzire weighs just 960 kgs. Look at Deepika trembling while having water. That's not bad. It is still 1 second slower than the older car, which is baffling. In fact, the gearbox is slick shifting and the clutch is on the lighter side as well, which has been updated. Hydraulic clutch definitely helps, but I need a 6-speed gearbox. What is this 5-speed unit doing in 2025? Sadly, the cheaper engine doesn't mean lower costs, as the Dzire is priced between rupees 8.28 lakhs going up to rupees 12.41 lakhs on road Mumbai. You pay rupees 80,000 more for CNG and around rupees 70,000 more for automatic, which is AMT, so best to avoid it. The fourth con are the colors used in the interiors of this car. Maruti has used all sorts of colors on the dashboard. There is beige, black, silver, brown and piano black on the dashboard. Then there are the beige seats. They get really dirty really soon, very difficult to maintain and just not suited to our Indian conditions. To sum up, Maruti has tried to make the Dzire premium, and in certain places they have succeeded too. But there is no taking away from the fact that this is India's national cab. With Maruti's massive sales and service network, the Dzire is going to continue to top the sales chart. But it trades in a good engine for features, which is disappointing. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure to give it the thumbs up. That's the like button, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And let me know in the comment section below which is the car which should be subjected to my pros and cons test next. Bye bye.